said that I've got that one word made me say this needs to sound in a completely different tone than what I needed to look at. So when we're talking about bias, so that's an easy one, but what I like to do inside of the application layers is like build something in there that when the user puts their prompt in there, have it go through a couple of steps. Use the large language model for what it's good for. Is there bias in there? How do I reframe the question? Am I getting the right answer out of this? Have it rebuild the response, send it back to the user and say, is this really what you were thinking? And then they will go ahead and send that through, and then that will trigger the response that they need. It is a little bit extra cost, but when we're talking about these tokens, we're still probably talking about decimal dust at that point. But I would rather take that extra step and make sure that I'm using the right framework to eliminate bias rather than having somebody make decisions on bias data. So that's the first thing that I think is really important with bias. The second is transparency. I think that is so incredibly important. So that workflow that I just told you is, hey, I'm going to take your words and I'm going to manipulate them. Let's be honest. That's what I just said I was going to do. But having the model come out and tell you this is how I'm going to do this work, how those workflows are out there. At the end of every time I build an application, I actually have it build out the process flow for me. There's this great thing called mermaid code where I can say, hey, put this in a process flow for me. Let me dump it into mermaid code and I copy and paste it. Boom, I got a process diagram. So whenever we're building those applications, think about this as your data dictionary for your AI application. And the best part about that is we can keep those in fairly real time because if any of us, we've all been in data for a while, your data dictionary is about as good as yesterday, if we're lucky. I mean, so it's always kind of catching up. This way we can actually streamline it, show everybody how we're doing things. Like, are we tacking in models? Are we actually sending something outside of a model to like a more of an ML model, where generative AI is directionally accurate, but sometimes I need that 99.999% accuracy. So how am I sending those workflows across? So transparency, I think, is something that's very important in this process. And then finally, I think we've all hit it. Data privacy, I think, is something that you absolutely have to take first and foremost.